Well, one county in Washington state is moving to a 32-hour work week beginning this fall. Officials in San Juan County say the move is needed to help with employee wellness and to maintain the county's budget without raising taxes. Now, employee salaries will not be impacted. Some may even still work 5 days a week, just with fewer hours. Joining me now is Brandon Caldwell, the Parks and Fair Director for San Juan County. Brandon, I think you have so many people in the newsroom right now saying, how do I get the first plane there and join that team? How did you originate with this idea?
Well, this idea really originated at the bargaining table with our local 1849 unit. And it was a really creative, collaborative way between the county management and the labor union to really address problems that we're seeing across the country. Skyrocketing inflation, housing prices are becoming out of reach for so many folks, and taxes haven't really necessarily kept up with that. So how do we get creative on making sure that we're taking care of employees, but also, making sure that we can't quite meet the wage demands that inflation has put on us, but making sure that we take care of employees while getting creative. And so being able to pay them for, what equates to their current 40-hour wages plus a cost of living adjustment, but reducing the workload while maintaining that same level of output was a really creative solution to come into for the workforce.
You knew exactly where I was going with that. I wanted to know, because I know people have to be thinking, other managers are saying, what is he doing? This has to decrease productivity, but that's not what you're saying at all.
What we did as part of this process was look at other examples that are in the private sector, nonprofit sector, governments across the globe, and study after study, pilot after pilot shows that those who make this change find their employees to be more energized, they're more productive while they're there, there's less absenteeism that they would otherwise have, and there's all these different little ways that you can add up efficiencies that really kind of keep that output at the highest level. And so that's really what we're looking at. And so if it's working everywhere else, why wouldn't it work for us? We have one of the best workforces in the world, and we're really looking forward to seeing these results.
I have to wonder, though, what has the response been like? Because I have to believe not everyone is super excited about this idea. I believe that a majority may be, but I have to believe there are also those who are like married and saying, oh, now he's going to be here 4 days. He used to be gone 5 days a week, but now I got to deal with him an extra day. What has the response been like?
It's largely been positive. I think a lot of folks, a lot is coming out in this year in particular about the future of work and what a 32-hour work week is and how that might play into that. But for those who have maybe not shared that same level of positivity, we understand its concern. Our local county government in a rural setting provides a lot of services from healthcare to roads to parks. And folks are really just concerned that they're going to be receiving the same level of service. And so we share that concern, and we made sure that we are lining up to review how well this is going for residents and for taxpayers at different intervals coming up to make sure that we're still meeting the demands of service that folks have come to expect and to keep up with that. So it's been positive and concern, and we see everyone.
And Brandon, that was obviously my next question, because you knew where I was going with this. I'm thinking, if I am someone who lives in the county, am I still going to be able to go on that Thursday afternoon to get the services that I expect maybe from City Hall or whatever? And you're saying that your slogan for this change, 100% pay, 80 hours, 100% productivity, will help to balance all that out.
That is correct. So we're expecting most of our offices to maintain the same level of customer service that they do. Most offices will remain open 5 days. Some may shorten that to one day to being open 4 days to the public, because for them and their style of work, it's more important for them to have more collaboration together as an office to kind of get out what they need to, whether that's the building department or your local county assessor, whatever the case may be. And so all in all, we are making sure that we're putting metrics in place so that we're measuring that we're keeping up that service. And so we're not going to see a decline in services to county residents.
Brandon, I joked when I introduced you about, everyone would want to move there. But what is the staffing situation right now? Are you staffed to capacity? Are there openings, or was this a way to kind of balance things out?
We have a chronic 10 to 15% vacancy, and across the, I believe we're the largest employer in our county as the county government. And when you start stacking up those vacancies, that's facilities workers, that's nurses, that's, senior services, that is everything from roads and laborers. And it really creates this functional issue to being able to provide the services that folks come to expect from us. And so we're really looking at this to being able to recruit really good employees that can really increase our capacity, but also make sure that they stay here and are happy. And so this is just actually one measure amongst a suite of efforts that the county is taking place in, from leasing private housing to use this transitional housing for folks to relocate here. Internship programs is just really looking for that we're making sure that we're building the best workforce possible.
Brandon, have less than 30 seconds. When we speak to you a year from now, what will success look like?
Success will look at the county really not noticing a difference having moved to a 32-hour work week, that folks are getting their building permits on time, that vaccination clinics are still going up for residents, that the parks and campgrounds are open, clean, and accessible, and that we see happier, healthier employees that can spend more time with their kids, family, going to appointments without being stressed and burnt out. And so what we hope to see in a year from now for success is happy employees, happy residents, and a well-functioning government.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.